But the thing I wanted to share with you is this is something that occurred to me. I was like, oh, this is quite sort of pertinent. Is something happened with our third child, and this is the other reason I think that it's a bit tough for men in the whole pregnancy part of it. Is because because I think for that 9 months of the pregnancy, as a guy, you better keep your fucking mouth shut. Like you're not allowed. You can't say anything. You got to keep your mouth shut, right? And that's very hard for me to do. Like we argue. That's what we do. We argue. And then we make up, and then we have sex, and then we have another kid. And this is the cycle. This is why we have 5 kids. So, and it's like I said, I'm a bit of a control freak. Well, my wife thinks I'm a control freak. I read in her diary. And it's hard bottling it up for like all that night of all these like things that she does. So what I did since the first kid, it nearly killed me like that, getting through that 9 months. So what I've done every pregnancy is I keep a list. During that time, I keep a list and then I write everything down. And then, when she's recovered after birth, about a week, I can sit her down and then I can break out the list and be like, Monique, do you remember November 16th, when we got on the tube, you did not attempt to retrieve your Oyster card from your bag until we were standing directly in front of the barrier. I don't know if you remember that. And do you remember how you couldn't find it and you're ruffling around and all these people were like behind you? And this is what I do, Monique. This is what I do. When I see the barrier, when I see it, right, I go for it. I've got it, I'm ready, all the way up in the approach. And I'm just suggesting I'm just going to say one word to you. Anticipate. That's all I'm going to say. Anticipate. Okay? And then it's great. And then finally I've let it off, holding on to that for 6 months. And crossed that off the list. January 6th, 11:22 p.m. Yes, you did put the cheese back in the Ziploc bag. And yes, you did zip it up the full way, as we had discussed previously. But why on earth did you not squeeze all the air out? Because I just don't get it. You carried the first 2 steps out to perfection. I want to fault you, but I can't. But then at the last hurdle, you throw it all away. It's almost like you don't want to stay married. I don't know. So what I couldn't do on this list, though, is what happened, like I said, with this third baby. Because when we went in for the 4-month pregnancy scan, we were late already. I was a bit stressed out because we were late, and there's been a bit of a dilemma because I didn't know how much to put on the meter. £3.6 now. It's like half an hour, is that an hour? I put in the full hour. And while I'm saying this, I just reminded me, but she didn't even offer to like halves it. Or whatever. I'm just saying we're in this together. Anyway, whatever. But, and we were a bit late. I get very anxious, doctor's appointments, hospital appointments. I got very stressed out. I'm always afraid we're going to miss our slot. And we were late, and the thing was like at the other side of the hospital, and I'm trying to like be hurrying up, but not, and just so we get there, fine, and then there's a big fucking queue. It's in the neonatal ward, and it's like loads of pregnant women. It's sort of like March of the Penguins, and we're queuing up, and I'm just getting a bit stressy. But obviously, like I say, I can't say anything. I'm not allowed to like show the stress, but I'm stressed out. And she's standing next to me, and what was standing next to me, she starts flicking through this yellow pregnancy notebook that they give you that keeps all your stuff together. Now, normally I'm in charge of paperwork, mortgages, and whatnot, but I wanted my wife to be in charge of this notebook. I guess because I wanted her to feel involved, and do you know what I mean? Give her a chance to like responsibility. And she's flicking through this notebook, and I'm sort of thinking, like, what, she's looking for something. What's she looking for? And then it occurs to me, I bet she's forgotten the appointment letter. And do you take the appointment letter with you when you go to the hospital? No, you don't. Okay, well, that's a fucking mistake. Because it has all the relevant information on it. It's got telephone numbers, who to call if you're running late. Really, you should always take the letter, okay? Just so you know, I don't want to make your life better, but that will. And I'm stressing out, has she got this letter or not? But I can't say anything. I can't stress her out. I don't want to contaminate the beautiful, innocent fetus with my evil, her words. So I'm just standing there, like, stressing out. I see her, has she got this letter or not? And she knows I'm stressing out. She knows I'm thinking, has she got this letter or not? Because we don't need to communicate verbally anymore. We've been married, 20 years or whatever. She knows I'm stressing out. And then we get to the receptionist, and the receptionist says, can I see your letter? So I'm like looking at it, I told you I knew you needed the letter. That's what I'm thinking. And my wife says, oh, I don't have it. So I'm thinking, I fucking knew you didn't have the fucking letter. I knew you didn't bring the letter. And the receptionist says, oh, that's fine, what's your name? I'll just type that into the system. So then while she's typing it in, my wife gives me a look that's like, didn't need the letter. So I give her a look back that says, well, you're lucky this time, but really you should always bring the letter. And if you want to know what that look is, it's like... Anyway, that's what it says. Anyway, this receptionist types stuff. He says, oh, Miss Howie, yes, your appointment actually isn't here in the neonatal ward. It's down in the imaging department. And now my wife's like, and we're late, by the way. Now we're a few minutes late, but now my wife's like, start going, oh, well, this is disgusting. You're making a pregnant lady. We'd already walked through there, by the way, to get here. Now we've got to walk all the way back. And my wife's like, oh, you're making a pregnant lady. You're changing the venue on us. You're making this pregnant women walk all over the hospital. But I'm thinking, no, I bet it says on the letter, imaging department. And now we've got to walk back. And as we're walking back and we're late, by the way, and she's not walking fast like a guilty person would walk. She's deliberately walking slow just to prove, like, it's not her fault or anything, like, that she's the one who's the victim, And I can't say anything, but I'm still trying to be like, And for a second I thought maybe I should carry our 2-year-old son instead. But, I'm joking, it wasn't there. It was in nursery. Anyway, we get down to the imaging department. We go up to the receptionist and we're like, hi, we have an appointment. She's like, can I see your letter? I got to take a step back, otherwise I might explode. And my wife's like, yes, we're a little bit late. We had an appointment for 3:40, but they changed the venue, the location on us. And this woman was like, okay, type some stuff in. And she says, oh no, it says here actually your appointment was for 3:20. So we're not now, we're 10 minutes, so we're actually 30 minutes late now. And my wife's like, oh, well, this is unbelievable. Like, not only you change the venue, you change the time. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you fucking mental? Like, of course, I bet it says on the letter, 3:20 imaging department. This is why you fucking bring the letter. And the woman's like, oh, you've missed your slot. I mean, we're going to have to reschedule. And this is pre-COVID, but still, like, if we rescheduled, like, coming and getting a scan, the baby would be like 15. And so, missed our slot. Anyway, the point, and I'm crying because that's like £3.60 parking fucking gone. That's gone forever, right? You ain't getting that back. I can't claim that back. There's nothing I can do about that. So I think that the receptionist took pity on me because I was crying. And she said, let me see what I can do, which was very sweet of her. That's very kind. And then after we waited around for a bit, but this technician came out and said, look, I've got 15 minutes before my next shift. Let's see if I can squeeze you in, which was really nice of her. They didn't have to do that. She took us through to this back room. My wife lies down on the gurney thing, pulls up a top. You get the gel on you get the little whatever. And then suddenly, up on the screen, for the first time, I see my child. And I was just thinking, I can't believe she forgot the fucking letter. And I'm vaguely aware of little arms and legs and all that bullshit, but I start thinking, like, where's this letter? I've got to find the letter. I've got to find the letter. I've got to find this fucking letter. I'm going to fucking show her. And then the technician says, do you want to know what the sex is? And we'd agreed before that if it came up, she did. And she says, it's going to be a boy. And I was like, yes. I think the letter's in the kitchen. I'm pretty sure there's a pile of paper. I'm pretty sure I saw it in there. We got to get out of here. I got to find this fucker. Let's go. Let's pack up. No. We don't need any printouts or anything. They're like £5 each. We got a load from the first two, and I'll just lie. I'll be like, yeah, that one's you. What the fuck is he gonna know? You know what I mean? Let's go. Come on, let's go. The meter. Been waiting around. So we're in the car, making small talk. The baby's healthy. Blah blah blah. Isn't it good? There's a boy. Whatever. But we're both thinking, where's the fucking letter? Where's the letter? We both want to find the letter because we both want to prove each other wrong, because that's the basis of our marriage. And we get home. We both barrel through the front door. Now she runs into the bedroom. There's on the sideboard, there's a load of shit there. I run into the kitchen, and the kitchen side is that pile of letters, newspapers, and all that sort of stuff. There's a bunch of her unopened mobile phone bills, so I quickly write that down on my list. Just because I know it's annoying, but you should always open those bills just to check that you're on the right price plan for your needs. Anyway, you're welcome. And anyway, I'm really reading through it, and then I see there it is, like Whittington Hospital. I see the headed paper, and I pull this sheet out, and there it says in the middle, like bold black ink, it says like 320 imaging department. And I was just like, fucking yes! Fucking yeah, motherfucker! Fucking 320 imaging department, fuck yes! 320 imaging department! 320 imaging, fucking 320 imaging motherfucking department! Fucking yes! Fucking take that! But I couldn't say anything. So you know what? This is what I thought I'm going to do. Got clever. I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I can't say anything, but you know what I'm going to do? I cleaned the whole of the kitchen up. I cleaned everything up, moved all those papers away, took everything away, spick and span, and then I left that one piece of paper. Like, bam, like she's got no choice but to see this piece of paper and be confronted with her crime. And a couple of hours go by, she doesn't mention it. And I'm starting to get worried, like maybe she hasn't seen the letter, maybe, what? She's got to know that you need to take the letter with you. Like, how's she going to learn the lesson? And we're having dinner, and I walk over to the side to get the letter to show her. The letter's not there. Yeah, exactly. Cue dog barking. Thank you. And I turn to my wife, and I try to keep fear out of my voice. I try to be nonchalant about it. I turned to her, I was like, Monique, did you see the letter? She says, what letter? What a cunt. Anyway. You've been a lovely audience, thank you. I appreciate that. And you got a great headliner. There is a reason I told you that story. There is a reason, because it happened a few years ago. The reason I told that story is because the next time someone asks Keir Starmer, what is a woman? I want him to tell them that story. Have a great evening. Thank you very much, guys.